When was the last time you felt your birthday? Not acknowledged it. Felt it. That childhood electricity when the world stopped just for you. Now it's just another notification. You wake up, reply thanks, and move on. You tell people you don't celebrate. You say it doesn't matter. But you're lying. People who treat their birthday like a normal day aren't emotionally evolved. They're emotionally exhausted. There's a massive difference between maturity and withdrawal, between finding peace and going numb. And birthdays expose which one you've chosen. When someone says, "I don't care about my birthday," what they're really saying is, "I trained myself not to expect anything." It's not indifference, it's scar tissue. Emotional scar tissue from years of disappointment. Birthdays are emotional mirrors. They reflect how you feel about existing, how comfortable you are being seen. The brain literally rewires itself after repeated birthday letdowns. Neuroscientists call it anticipatory anhedonia, the inability to feel excitement about future events because past events hurt too much. Your brain stops producing dopamine for occasions it predicts will disappoint. Sarah, 28, hasn't celebrated her birthday in 6 years. At 22, she threw herself a party, invited 30 people. 3 showed up. Now she works every birthday. 12-hour shifts. It's easier, she says. But later, alone, she checks every message, counts every forgotten name. That's not evolution. That's armor. Neuroscience shows something disturbing. People who downplay their birthdays show the same brain patterns as those with attachment disorders. The regions associated with joy, the ventral striatum, literally shrink. They're not choosing simplicity. Their brain is protecting them from hope. Here's the darker truth. These same people remember everyone else's birthday. They're the first to organize parties, the first to send gifts. They give obsessively what they desperately want but would never ask for. Psychologists call this displaced caregiving. You become the source of what you lack. When you stop celebrating your existence, you tell your brain that existing doesn't matter, and that message spreads. Year after year, until you're not just treating your birthday like a normal day. You're treating your entire life like it's forgettable, like you're apologizing for taking up space. The ones who say it's just another day are often the loneliest people in the room. They've mastered the art of seeming fine. They've convinced everyone they need nothing. But isolation dressed as independence is still isolation. Studies from Johns Hopkins show that people who minimize their birthdays have 40% higher rates of depression, because self-minimization becomes a pattern. My birthday doesn't matter becomes my feelings don't matter becomes I don't matter. Here's what happens in your brain on your birthday. Your hippocampus floods with memories. Every birthday you've had. The magical ones from childhood. The disappointing ones that proved you right about expecting nothing. Your mind becomes a battlefield between the child who wanted magic and the adult who learned magic doesn't exist. That internal war is exhausting, so you shut it down. You go to work, you stay busy. You avoid mirrors, because birthdays force you to ask, did I waste another year? Am I where I thought I'd be? Do I recognize who I've become? People who work on their birthdays aren't dedicated. They're avoiding. Work is easier than reflection. Being productive feels better than noticing you're disappointed in your own life. The twist. People who care least about birthdays often had parents who cared too much or too little. Birthdays that were performances or forgotten entirely. They learned their special day was about meeting others' expectations or managing others' failures. Now, not celebrating becomes their first real choice, their first boundary. Birthday depression is real. Suicide rates spike around birthdays. Not because of age, because birthdays are involuntary progress reports. When you're not where you hoped, that gap between expectation and reality becomes unbearable. When you stop celebrating yourself, others stop too. You train the world to overlook you, then wonder why you feel invisible. You taught them not to look. You're not avoiding your birthday. You're avoiding yourself, the person you thought you'd become, the dreams that didn't materialize, the relationships that didn't survive. Birthdays force you to count, and sometimes the math hurts. But the saddest part? Even people who insist they don't care still check their phone more that day, still notice who forgot, still feel that ache when midnight passes and nothing changed. Because buried under practiced indifference is someone who once believed they were worth celebrating. When you stop marking your existence, you start disappearing. First from your own priorities, then from others' awareness, finally from your own life. You become a ghost at your own party. Look at yourself. When did you stop feeling special? Who taught you that joy had an expiration date, that wanting recognition was weak? The people who treat birthdays like nothing aren't mature. They're mourning the excitement they lost. The person who used to believe one day could be magic. Your birthday isn't just another day. It's the anniversary of your existence. And if you can't acknowledge that your presence changes the world, you're not enlightened. You're disconnected from yourself, from others, from the need to matter. The question isn't why you treat your birthday like nothing. It's when did you start believing you were nothing? And how long will you keep believing it? Every year you ignore your birthday. You're not being humble. You're being cruel. To the child inside who still wants cake. To everyone who would celebrate you if you let them. Your birthday is a mirror. You treat it like nothing because you're afraid of what you'll see. But ignoring it doesn't make it disappear. It makes you disappear. One ordinary birthday at a time. Until you've become exactly what you've been practicing. Nothing special. And that's the real tragedy. Not that others forgot your birthday, but that you forgot you were worth remembering.